Hello. This is another follow-up on the previous videos, last couple. The title of it for the 9th of August is God is both immanent and transcendent. I can't believe so many have bought into the Kabbalah lie that God is not a personal being in his or her own right, its own right. Don't they understand that God is both immanent within everything, everyone, everything, and transcendent beyond everyone, everything? I guess not, judging from some of the comments, including from some that surprised me. If God is not personal, neither was Jesus. In fact, neither are you nor I. Yes, there are those who believe the individuation process is not real. To me, it's not only real, it's the only thing that gives meaning to our lives and existence. The world is out of balance, for those who haven't noticed, because the false gods who have ruled it for the past several millennia have been God deniers. They want to be God themselves, which is why they are jealous. A real God has no reason to be jealous. Only imposters do. And those who claim their religion's version of God is the only true one are products of the grand deception put forth by the jealous God. Indeed, there have been quite a few comments on this. And yes, the current system of understanding God put forth by religion has been extremely divisive, and not even when you start analyzing it objectively, which most of us don't, and I didn't know how to do that when I was a younger person myself. I've developed that capacity later in life. But when you do take time to examine it, there's certain things put forth in religion that don't add up, don't make sense. But one thing that is obvious to anybody who is an honest observer is that religions compete with each other, and that people that hold religious ideas tend to be oftentimes very dogmatic, very judgmental, and certainly not loving. Everything has to be done their way and seen through their eyes and using their terminology, or it's wrong. That's the attitude put forth by a lot of people claiming to be Christians, or claiming to be Jews, or claiming to be Muslims, or claiming to be Hindus or Buddhists, or some other religion. It doesn't even matter the religion. Those are the 5 main ones that I usually name. But I do understand how the discrepancies in religion cause people to justify a belief that the central core of religion, that is that there is a creator, are somehow amiss and wrong. Now, of course, the Hindus and some of the older religions, the ones that were pre-Judaism and existed even after Judaism came into existence, some of those seem to have put forth the idea that there are many gods, but they were just simply aspects of the creator. And it was the way that the people of the time and in that locality tended to talk about things that they had no other way of understanding or naming. But in any case, in our generation, because of the internet especially, and the advent of information that is beyond the control, it wasn't intended to be beyond the control of the people who created it, but it ultimately ends up being beyond the control because the internet is a way of sharing things that gives us a chance to have freedom of speech, And to some degree, because of that, there is a certain level of freedom of religion, even though there are those that are trying to stamp it out and prevent it from taking over the world, because that would upset the monetary system and the system of control that's been put in place by the false gods, Lucifer. And I don't understand why these three archangels, who were created beings of the one God, namely Michael and Gabriel and Lucifer, I don't know why they have not. I don't know why God, their creator, the three, the creator of the three, didn't put limits on Lucifer, but apparently not. Apparently, Lucifer was given a period of time, which from divine perspective is not very much time, but from human perspective, it's enormous. And he was given a chance to run roughshod over common sense, over truth, over love, over everything that's decent. There's no justice, and as the game plan of the Luciferians reaches its climax, hopefully, there's a lot of angst among leaders, because they know that the whistle has been blown and their deadline has been given. They have not met the deadline, and ultimately there's going to be a day of reckoning, and there's signs that they get this, and there are certain individuals that are bringing forth that message, and I hope that that message is true. Now, there's a lot of people that are trying to bring forth some remedies, and this has been going on for a long time as well, in my lifetime, and virtually all of my lifetime, although I've only been more aware of it in relatively recent years, over the past 20 or 30 years or so. But it's really been going on longer than that. It's been going on the entire time of this revolt against the founding of an American democratic republic by our forefathers, who had quite a bit of insight compared to what had come before. That's why they had such a strong desire to eliminate the monarchy, but it was reestablished through the Bar Association and through other horrible means and mechanisms that were imposed, not given to humanity, but imposed, and it's all been done through fraud, because the false gods work through fraud, but the real God is transcends all these things, is beyond them. Now, again, why would God allow it? The message I've always had is because God is long-suffering, not willing that any should perish, but that all should come to repentance. Well, there's been a lot of people from a human point of view that have perished because of the evil and because they believed something that was perhaps greater and closer to the truth than what the establishment wanted to be propagated. So people were killed and squashed, and this has been going on for all recorded history, and probably well before any recorded history existed. But this is a problem, and I'm not going to I don't want to argue with people, so if you have an argument, forget it. I'm not going to argue with you. You believe whatever you want to believe. Things are unfolding. They're either going to unfold in a good way, or they're not. I believe they will. And that's why I still continue to do the videos. I don't want to kill myself, as some people have suggested. But neither do I want to keep living under a false regime. Anyway, I want you to understand and hopefully grasp what I'm saying, and consider some of the things that I'm trying my best to share with you. And you're going to be wherever you're going to be, and we all are, until the awakening comes a little bit further downstream than what it is right now. Thank you for listening, and namaste.